Hello and welcome to episode 3 of my easy mode playthrough of Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Last episode we turned a game from a fairly difficult one into the easiest game you can really have. Now, before I started playing, I really had a thought, and what I did I think is the best start you can get without openly cheating. And there are some cheating programs available where you can add levels for free, you can add skills for free. So with this let's say opening, it's not strictly cheating, it's just using the Easter eggs put in by the developers to get yourself really for a very good start. Now there was one let's say surprise moment that I think I need to explain. I said that I would need around I would need exactly 3,750 gold to train my people from level 1 to level 6 in Free Heaven. Now, and I was surprised that when that didn't happen. That prompted me to check if the prices for training in each towns are the same. I assumed they were, but that's not actually the case. And it never occurred to me before because I just didn't look at the numbers. So if I set everything up correctly, you should now be seeing an image taken from the spreadsheet, which show all the towns that contain training halls and the column with named mod. So this is the base price for each level of training, and you can see that the lowest price. Slowest base price is 10 gold, which you can get in Usurpigal, and the highest base price is 50, which you can get in Paradise Valley. Now, when I was doing some tests, I basically didn't want to be stumped by worrying about level cap, so I went to Paradise Valley, which meant that I was way overstating the amount of gold I would need. You can see that the modifier for Free Heaven is 30, which means that instead of 3,750 gold to get level 6 for all of my guys, I would just need 2,250. And if we did this in Usurpigal, I would just need 750. Now, the fact that you can get lower price in let's say in the early game towns is counteracted by the fact that you can only get to a certain level in those towns. So, for example, New Sorpigal has a level cap of 15. And as I said, Paradise Valley I knew didn't have any caps, so I went there. And surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but if I went to Castle Ironfist, which has the same modifier, I'm calling it modifier, which is wrong. It's a base price. If I went to Castle Ironfist to test, I would not detect this issue because the base price is the same for Castle Ironfist as it is for Free Heaven. So I would proceed as if nothing's really happened. So in a way, it was a very lucky thing that I noticed, and now it's part of the spreadsheet, which will be quite useful. I'm very happy with how the spreadsheet is progressing. I'm adding new information. But now let's get back to the playthrough, and we rejoin our 4 Irish heroes in the town of New Sorpigal on Sunday, 14th of January at 10:07 a.m. Right, so let me just do a quick check on the inventory, see what we need or can do, in fact. Alright, so
I don't know.
I'm gonna sell some of this stuff immediately.
I don't know.
We don't know what leather armor is. For sure, like, we only have one person that can learn Inferno because it's a fire magic spell, and we got 2 books of this, so like I can sell the other one for a bit of a hefty price.
I don't know.
And we'll see what everything else. So this axe is for sure not enchanted, and we have no axe wielding person, so it will be sold immediately. Alright. And this
I don't know.
axe, yeah, we don't know. But
I don't know.
that doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
So let's get all the get all the ingredients to our sick person so that she can start making perfect potions. Typically, I would move everything to our cleric, Emer, because I designated her as a primary potion maker, but since most of the ingredients are in Aoife's inventory, I'll just move everything here. So there's a little bit of a trick. Well, trick. It's not really a trick. Like if you click on something and press numbers from 1 to 4, it will be put into inventory of a person, either 1 for Cuchulainn and so on. So I don't have to click. I would normally have to click everything one after another, but with this, I can simply select the target person and move this item to their inventory quickly and easily. Yeah. Alright, so now I have a bit of a arranged stack. Do I need anything else? No, I'm gonna just move these horseshoes to the side. Right. So most of these things are for sale. Now, before again, I have to do a bit of talk about how merchants work. So a merchant is not equal to any other merchant. Well, that's not strictly true, but there are merchants who are more friendly to the customer than not. For example, if you want to sell your goods, the best place to do it is in Usorpigal, because each merchant has a set, like a price divider, or multiplier for buying things and divider for selling things. So in Usorpigal, those dividers are, let's say, best. So if you need to unload a lot of gear, you need to teleport to Usorpigal and get it. On the other hand, the best price divider also means that the buy multiplier is the lowest. So like you get the best prices for buying, but the quality of the gear is very low, so you will not get any good gear. It makes sense that better stocked suppliers would amp up the prices. It even happens in our world, so I guess it's inevitable. All right, let me save and think what I need to do. So I need to now that we are in Usorpigal, we'll go on a bit of a stroll around these houses, check where everything is, sell what we don't need, and perhaps learn some skills. No, okay, so I said sell. I'm not gonna sell anything yet because we're gonna learn some merchant skill, which at level 1 is going to improve our ability, which is gonna improve the prices by 10%. Okay, so now we have level 6 for everybody. Typically, this is the level that I leave Usorpigal with, so like we're already this far forward already. So if I get another 15,000 of experience, I should be level 8? Yes. Yeah, I should be level 8. I hope maybe we can get more. We'll see. So with Cuchulainn, I think since we're already so far ahead, I think I'm going to invest in Disarm Trap skill. Because there might be some traps laying around. Well, there are some trapped chests in this area, and I just don't want to lose any hit points that I don't need to. We're not investing in any leather armor, and we cannot learn plate in this place. So the closest place we can learn plate is in Castle Ironfist, which we're gonna go after we're done with Usorpigal. So now, since we are at such a high level, you can see that our melee damage for each of the characters is quite substantial. Now, if you remember, Aoife had like 1 to 2 damage, but since we increased her might substantially, now it's very it's 10 times basically. Yeah, 5 to 10 times. So typically what you want on this map is to stay well away from the enemies and pull them one by one by small groups so that you can deal with them individually. But since we have like a substantial bonus to our melee damage, and not bad range damage. Like, I guess my primary mode is just to close in quickly and dispense with them in the melee range, because most of the enemies here I'll have like 14 to 20, 8, perhaps some cases even 38 hit points, so they're gonna be like 2 shots. And since we have a good attack, like it should be very easy to dispense with them. So I'm going to invest more in the sword, in the melee weapons, I think, at least for Kokolin. So now this is one thing I haven't explained. You see, when I clicked on disarm trap, I clicked 3 times to bring it level 4, but my skill points have decreased by 9. That is because you pay the amount of skill points to get to another level. So for example, if I were to click, if I wanted to improve leather to level 2, I would need to expend 2 skill points. Yes, that's why to go to level 2 to 3 to 4, you in total have to get 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 9. It's a very simple system and effective, and I like it a lot. It's to me it's a bit better than just having like 2 skill points per level and you just distribute them against against any skills. Like this really makes you think where to put your skills and what you need to improve next. So this is with Kokolin, we're gonna go for sword skill, and I'm gonna actually wait with the rest of the skill points because I want to get the rest into merchant, which we're gonna learn soon. Enya. Now Enya, spirit magic I don't think is that useful at the beginner level, so, and we're gonna get chain soon. Yes, we're gonna get chain very soon. So what does spear do? Spear attack bonus. Right, so I think I'm gonna expand to 3 points to spear. Also, since we have town portal, like we can teleport to any like expert teachers at any point. Like all the magic expert teachers are in Usurpigal and are actually in Free Heaven, so we can become expert in any magic pretty much immediately. I'll have to check where the bow is in Castle Iron Fist. I don't remember where shield is, but that's like, it's not important that I have listed like that I remember where everything is at the moment. It's like a, let's say we're making this playthrough easy so that I can get back into things before things get really hard. So I think I'm gonna actually invest into bow a bit, but get the shield to level 4. So now I have 2 skill points left, so when we will learn the chain armor, I'm gonna put 1 more skill point because it adds to armor class directly. Now, Emer, body magic. For you, very important, extremely important. We're gonna find the teacher soon and teach you. Can we have enough money? I don't think we have enough money to teach you expert. I think it costs 1,000, but this is like we need healing. Very important. So, attack bonus, attack damage, meditation to give more skill points, spell points. Sorry. Let me think. As I said, previous episodes were a bit more scripted. I like knew what I wanted to do, but starting now, I'm really gonna take more time because you can't think through everything, like unless you're speedrunning where you know exactly what you want to do, but this is not a speedrun. So what do I want to do with you? What's your attack damage? Unless we get an X. Oh, wait. This gives you +3 per skill level. Yes. I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know if meditation. I think there's a meditation expert. For sure, there's bodybuilding expert. teacher in New Sarpigo, but I don't remember if there's a meditation expert. We're gonna find out, actually. Let's do it. Yeah. Alright. So, we have 7 points left. I'm gonna, I think, expand. And... what's your armor class? Pretty high. So I'm not gonna expand any points here yet. Yeah, what mace? Why not? Right, now my favorite sorcerer, Aoife. So we're gonna learn armor soon, but for you the most important thing is air magic. Fire magic. Do I want fire magic now? What fire magic spells do we have? Inferno, but it costs a lot. Flame arrow, torchlight, water walk. Let's torchlight. 1 hour per skill. Doesn't matter. Okay, flame arrow, static charge. This is 2.6. It's static. Cold beam. Again 2.6. Ooh, this is a choice. Yeah. Is there anything? Yes, we can do something else. We can. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the horse that we're building soon. And why do we use it? I guess I can show you now. So, you saw these horseshoes. So, I've been collecting them from Free Heaven and New Sarpigo, and it says this flawless horseshoe is made of silver. Why would you want to put a silver horseshoe on a horse? I have no idea. But you can use this horseshoe, and it has some very nice effect, which is very useful. It adds 2 skill points to characters. So now I had 2 skill points. Now I have 4, which means I can put 1 more point into water magic, and if we will have enough money, we can upgrade all these skills to expert. This is the same thing I'll be doing with my friend Kokolin. Kokolin. Wait, I think this for. I wanted to do this for. What was I saving it for? I had an idea when I was. Maybe it will come back. Oh yes, merchant. So we have 7 to get them to. You can't get them to level 4 with 7 skill points, but if we use horseshoe, we'll have 9, and then we can do it. Is there any reason to use it again? Not yet. I would save it for now. We have what? 5 more. Okay, so this is done. This little fountain restores hit points. So let's restore a few hit points a bit. This was just to show that it restores hit points, like we're visiting the temple, which you can pay to restore all your hit points, and with Aoife now we have to, because she's still poisoned since our last excursion. Alright, so let me save, and let's go to common defense. Hello, sir. Harry the Armorsmith. So, if you want to gauge if something's enchanted, you just take something that you know the price of. You can see the value of this piece is 150.
Don't touch the merchandise.
Yeah. So this is exactly the same price, which means that it's not enchanted. You can just sell it, because I have no other. I do have another leather armor user. Aoife. Once she learns leather armor, she'll use it. Okay.
I don't know.
So this cloak is worthless, and you can see it's only 14 gold. So I can sell it. And the armor smith obviously doesn't deal in jewelry, spells, or weapons. So there's only one type of shop where you can sell everything, but you suffer extreme penalty for this.
Come back soon.
Right. So I'm gonna actually put this with Aoife, so that she has something to put on. and cover herself up in this climate when she can.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Like, even though I haven't identified it, you can still see that it gives me the bonuses. Like, this is another way to determine if something is enchanted. If it gives, for example, bonus to stats, you just put it on and off and see what changes in the screen. Like, if you're, it's self-explanatory, basically. Right. So we sold the armor then we don't need. Let's go to our friend
Looking for a weapon?
Kane, the blacksmith. So these swords are useless, and these are useless as well. We're not gonna get much improvement even if I got the merchant. So, and these are just 1 gold, so 10% increase it's not gonna give me. But I'll keep these to sell for a better price. Right. Let's see what you have. You have stout spear. +1 attack, I think. Wait. This is blood dagger. So this is an improved version of the dagger that we have, but I'm not gonna get it yet because it costs how much does it cost? 150, and it's 75. So I can get it. This I can get for at least 15 less, and this I can get for 7 less. At least. If I put more skill points, I'll get it for 8 gold pieces less. Which is a bit of an improvement. So there's buy tab, there's also identify tab, where I can identify stuff that I haven't done, but since blacksmiths are pretty ignorant about jewelry, this fella cannot help us. We can also repair stuff that's in our inventory. We cannot repair stuff that's on our bodies, and some monsters have a very high chance of actually destroying your armor. Or weapons in this case. So unless you have a relevant skill of repair, then you have to use these guys' help. Special. Oh, this is another tab. So there are 2 types of daggers. There are short daggers, like this blood dagger, which is 2d2 plus 2. But there is also this piercing dagger, 2d3 plus 4. And I think this is the best dagger that you can get in your Sorpigal. So if we have enough money after all our trouble, we will be getting it. I have to keep a sheet of paper ready next to me because I'll be marking down how much we're getting for each of the quests as well. Alright?
Come again.
Okay, so the shop I spoke of
Have a look around.
looks like this. It's a traveler supply. Everything's very expensive, even the empty empty bottles. And selling is like, you don't want to sell things here. Oh, at least I know that this amulet is not enchanted because I'm only get 62 gold for it. But for this, I'll be able to get about 600 at the alchemist, I guess, around. Right. Bank. So I told you
What
that
can I do for you?
Previously, when I didn't know about the teleporter back in Sorpigal, I used to deposit some money, but I don't think I'm gonna use this feature in this playthrough. So the time is 10:20. So our good friends at the town hall have finally started their work. So let's go and visit them.
I need your help.
So Frank Fairchild can tell us about the sea travel. Yeah, there are sea serpents which we'll not see for a while, and water elementals likewise. But he's given us a quest. Members of the Shadow Guild have moved down south recently and have been trying to exert their influence over merchants in the area. I refused them access to our town, so they kidnapped Shari Carnegie, an old healer loved by the townspeople, in an attempt to convince me to let them operate here. I can't believe that their extortion has moved so far south. I thought I was safe from that down here. Please rescue Shari. I can offer you some money as a reward, and I'm sure the townsfolk would appreciate her return. No, we haven't found Shari yet. And he tells us a bit about Shadow Guild. It's basically solving the Shadow Guild mystery is one of the council quests for Anthony Stone. Janice. Oh, she doesn't like holidays. Oh, she does. Surprise. So she gives us very interesting quest. Goblin Watch. Just south of town is an old keep called Goblin Watch. Maybe I should dispense with the creepy voices. It was originally built to help keep the town safe from goblin raids, but times have been so peaceful recently that we haven't been taking care of it. You can imagine our embarrassment when we realized that the very monsters we're guarding against have moved into the keep. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I would quit my job in the town hall if I were you over that. They also changed the lock on a very important door leading to the caves below the dungeon level. We have a standing reward of 2,000 gold pieces to the ones who can figure it out the combination and tell us what it is. I'm sure we can have that. So she gives us this quest and gives us the key to Goblin Watch, without which we cannot enter. Let's give it to Anya. And each town hall has a... Wow, this is the best I have ever seen. So each town hall gives a bounty quest. The quest is valid for 1 month. So each month, each town hall will randomize the monster, and you can get anything. So I've seen many times on 1st of January 1165 a quest to kill a titan or a dragon, you know. But a goblin? Goblin is the first thing we're gonna kill ever. So this is easy money, and like it's very lucky that we got here. Thank you, Janice. I'll see you very soon. We should have also checked if what other councils have in store. Okay, anyway, this fountain restores mana. Spell points. Shit. I need to stop using that. And this little fountain gives 10 might temporary, which is very useful at the very beginning of the game, but not for our Cavalier and our Paladin, because if you remember, the thresholds for +1 modifier are at 50 and then 75, so 60 doesn't give us any bonus over 50. But for these guys, now we get 50 over 40, so we get another... Oh, you didn't drink. Refreshing. Yes, you're poisoned, so your might is reduced by 10. So let's visit all the houses. Bufford the Almond, the barrister, sells Elemental Guild membership. Okay.
Much obliged.
Well, diplomacy is useless in this game, which I'm sorry to say. Quests. Our town is periodically plagued by giant spiders. I can imagine your problem. I'm pretty sure that if the Spider Queen were killed, the rest of the spiders would go away. Currently, I'm offering a reward to the person that can kill the Spider Queen. Okay. We'll think about it. I'm not certain we're gonna do it, because, you know, it's spiders. So, Blades
You'll have
End.
to sign up first.
We don't have a membership. That's what it says. If you don't have membership, you can't get any skills from Blades End. Next house.
Nice to see you.
Guild of the Self. So Self is the spirit, mind, and body magic. And
Much
we're gonna
obliged.
get it. Clay. So she's apparently interested in scouring the rivers flowing past Freehaven for clay. Okay. Ah, yeah, she's a potter, so that's why. And she gives us another quest. Oh dear, can you help me? My daughter Angela is missing. I think she may have wandered into an abandoned temple near town. And if she did, she could be in terrible danger. Who knows what kind of horrible things are lurking in that cursed place. Please find her and bring her back to me. So, I figured out which button is responsible for quests. So as you can see, we have some very specific quests, like find the combination, defeat the warlord, and we know where the warlord is because the guy told us. Retrieve the candelabra. But quests, for example, there are some quests which are not very specific, and they don't tell you where you need to go. So I think that's large. They force you to seek out the solution for yourself, which is very nice. Okay, another
Hey,
house.
good to see you.
I knew it. We can become expert meditation for 500 gold. And the Norio Ariganaka teaches master meditation in Misty Islands, which is gonna end up in our auto notes. You can also see that here are some potions, recipes. Fountains, 5 hit points cured by a central fountain. Yeah, so these are just in case you usually don't remember, you can refer to these. And did this not end up in our notes? No, this is Might and Magic 7, sorry. In Might and Magic 7, there is a tab for teachers. so you don't forget, but I guess it's not in this game. Alright. And this should be expert bodybuilding. Yes, it is. So this will be like he's the only guy that will be most interested in building the bodybuilding skill. And Jason Traveler in Free Heaven teaches Master. Here is
Can I help you
the
find
Alchemist.
anything?
Let's see if she has anything useful. She rarely does. Ooh, Cavalier Gauntlets. You can see that the value is 650, but she wants 975. There's a belt, Vanguard belt, but it cannot be enchanted. If I remember, it's too. It's not. It's not of high enough value. Meditation, not useful yet. So let's see. Yeah, if you remember, this book was worth 375 in the other shop, the cheap one, but here we can sell it for 875. Again, we'll stave off the selling because we can get more gold with the skill, the merchant skill. But we can actually see if any of these rings are useful. I don't think they're enchanted. I think this lunar ring is not enchanted, but this lunar ring is the base. Like, if you can enchant rings, you get into loads of money very quickly. Have anything else to sell? No. Special. I already checked. Oh yeah, and you can equip your people with wands, which act like a ranged weapon most of the time. They have some spells attached to them, and these spells have charges. After which the rod, is it rod? Wand disappears. Alright, we've nothing. We want nothing from you.
How are you?
Hejaz Mausil, the Mystic. He tells us about Garrick, who we will meet at some point, and Buccaneers Lair. We can become Buccaneers, join Buccaneers Lair for 25 gold. Thank you. And this person buys Cobra eggs. I'm sure we'll see you again. Right. On to the other side. Abdullah Maghreb. He teaches body magic expert, and we don't have enough gold because it requires 1000. At least we're at an exact rank. And Master Gilbert Hammer is in Silver Cove. Apprentice Mage. It just says that apprentice mages use weak spells. Circus. Circus is the bane of every, say, new player. Mind magic, similar. Fine Roper is in Silver Cove.
Good day.
And spirit magic. As I said, you can learn all the expert magic skills in New Sorpigal. Here is the training hall, and
Closed.
it's closed from 6 p.m.
Good day.
Earth magic. Revi Botania is in Silver Cove again. I'm gonna go away from.
Hi.
Jezebel is in Mist. Yep. Alright. So what we haven't yet explored are these 3 buildings, but before I go to the Guild of the Self, I'm gonna go up. That is because of this little fella. Yep. So many maps have a stone thrust, a sword thrust and stone. If your might is high enough, you can attempt to remove it. Some swords, you don't know what sword it is. Like, I'm right clicking and I can't see what sword it is. So, but it's a free sword. Sometimes that fountain that gives plus 10 might can give you over the threshold. Now I don't know what the threshold is, but I know that we have enough strength. So let Aoife do it. Yay! And it is a double-edged, two-handed sword. Yeah. So compare 3d3, 45. Massive improvement, and let's observe how our attack damage has skyrocketed. Yep, that's perfect. So now we have a heavy swing for our Cavalier. That's why I said we'll be going for melee range mostly this time. In this playthrough, this is not gonna be true for the other one. So let's visit Guild of the elements.
The magic of fire, air, water, and earth.
So here are some spells that we can cast. Now, Deadly Swarm is the one of the earliest spells which deals damage based on the amount of skill points you have invested. So you can very quickly with level 3 get get the better range of damage than a Cold Beam and Firebolt. Let's see if it has something interesting. Torchlight, poison spray. Nice. Wizard Eye, Cold Beam, protection from electricity, Firebolt. Now this is an improvement because Flame Arrow. Sorry, Flame Arrow does fixed damage, but Firebolt does damage per skill.
The magic of fire,
So this is
air,
interesting.
water, and
Firebolt.
earth.
Let me see it again. Firebolt. Where are you? Firebolt. 1 to 4. So with our skill level of 4, we'll be able to do 4 to 16 damage, which kills goblin. Well, at max damage, it kills goblin. Right. So you can also learn some magic. I'm not gonna learn earth magic yet because we don't have money. Right. So this is the temple. Yeah.
Can we assist you?
So for a small price, I'm gonna put all my people in good shape.
Luck be with you.
And here comes our first fight of the game. So that was Goblin Shaman. He has a Flame Arrow spell. But since all of our people have arrows, we can just pepper them from the safety and not worry about what they would like to do to us. So say hello. Oh no, we have to kill Goblin first to get the bounty. So I guess you'll be our first victim. Enjoy. Aoife shots for 7. Okay.
Got another one.
Yay! Enya got the first kill of the playthrough. Now it doesn't matter. So I think we should stop Shaman from shooting us again. As you see, like there are 2 methods of using ranged attacks. One is to point at somebody and simply left click. But if there is like a quick attack button, which it's A if you haven't remapped your keyboard, and for me it's Q, but there's a quick attack which attacks the closest enemy, which is very important because as you see, Goblin Shaman, when enemies go below a certain health threshold, they'll start to run away from you. So right now they're trying to close in, but under a certain threshold they try to run away. So it's in some situations you find yourself like you're damaging enemies, but they're running away, and the new fresh enemies are coming towards you. So sometimes you really have to point and click and pray that you can hit the enemy behind to kill them, because like if fresh enemies come to you, and if you need to retreat, then if you re-enter the map, then their health is brought back to 100%, which is not something that you don't want to fight the same fight twice. But this happens, so you just have to live with it sometimes. Not that this Goblin Shaman lived. $11. Alright, so our first fight is done. Since we're here, I'm gonna go back to the Town Hall. Town Hall closes at 2 PM, so I'm gonna collect the bounty right now. Let Enya speak. She's good at
I
it.
need your help.
And you can see our bounty of 400 got reduced by 108, by 27%, because we have 2 very, let's say, 2 followers which are so good that they take a lot of money from us. This is sad, but at least we fulfilled, like we got we got 300 gold for free, right? And I can never get this, get a good, let's say, bounty quest so early in the game. So that's why I don't usually bother with those, because like because of the number of enemies you can encounter, like it's huge. So by the time you get to really like you can visit most of the map, like the amount of bounty is laughable. But I guess we can try to this playthrough. We can attempt to collect bounties as much as we can. So our cleric can learn spirit mind magic, and paladin can learn man body magic. So I'm gonna teach her body magic as quick as possible, and I'm gonna need some mind magic because I'll need to buy remove fear quite soon, at least before this spell. Before I get to Castle Iron Fist. That is because there are many enemies in some place of Castle Iron Fist map that put fear on you, and that reduces your attack. I think you'll see for yourself. Right, so let's see quests. So find a combination to the vault, defeat Warlord, retrieve candelabra. So you can see that 3 of our quests are dealing with abandoned temple. Yes, and our reputation is now average, even though our fame is quite nice, quite high. And we're waiting for at least 6 p.m. to be able to learn merchant skill. So, can we not? Let me check that, because did we join?
I think it's closed.
I thought we did. Let me recheck that.
You'll have to sign up first.
Okay, now I have to
Hello.
find which fella gives
Hello.
sells memberships
Hello.
to Blade's End, because apparently I didn't do it.
Hello.
What a building? No, it's not going to be any of you guys.
Hello.
Blade's End, yes. Harold has labor. Oh, I skipped you when I went to visit Alchemist. Alright.
Much obliged.
Time of Wonders. We'll get back to this topic at some point, I guess. So let's see what we can get from
What are you looking at?
Axe, spear, staff, not anything we'll be interested in. Axe, staff, leather, not something we'll be interested in. Staff, leather, nope. But, yeah, we'll teach you leather.
That will be useful.
That will be useful, yeah. Very useful. Now you can have a bit more armor class. Great. So let's right. So now let me show you how Wizard Eye works. Shows monsters. So you remember we killed some goblins over here. So those bodies now turned yellow to signify that there's somebody to be picked up, and we have the NPCs are shown in green. So
Hey, how's it going?
this fella teaches expert learning, which, as you saw, we failed to learn in Freehaven because we didn't have enough money. But if we do get enough money, we can come back to this fella and get expert. Right, I'm jumping over this hill. So I actually was watching a playthrough of another guy, and it was actually very informative. Like, accidentally I stumbled upon about this time in his playthrough. He's not doing the same exploit as I am. I forgot his name. If I remember his name, I'm gonna put it in the description below. But what he, I don't know if accidentally discovered, but see this rock? It says rock on the bottom, obviously, yes. But it's not capital R. Now, if you find a rock which is spelled with capital R, it means it's actually a chest. I just found some herb. You can find many herbs in Usorpigal, and just give everything to Emer. And he actually discovered it in this place. So this, I'm gonna move mouse away. See? This is capital R. So since it is a chest, it can be can be bugged. It can be trapped. So I'm gonna move my cursor to colon.
Got it. I don't know.
Cure poison. Very important spell. Spell. Huh. It's not a spell.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll give this temporarily to... No. You're gonna get... You can't let chain this map.
I don't know.
Oh. You probably can. So you can see it increase armor class, but nothing else, so it's not... possibly not enchanted with any skill enhancing magic. Right. So... I'm now traveling to the abandoned temple. Just move the Widow's berries back to Emer. More herbs. I'm gonna jump over this place. Failed. This should give us some food. One food. Oh, and a ring. Excellent.
I don't know.
You don't know. Fine. That's fine with me. So now we can see that the gem has turned yellow and some red dots appeared to my west. That are goblins and some mages. Okay. See, he's running away already. Let's kill him. Another goblin running away. Alright. When they get to melee range, they're very dead. Let's actually do that now. So they got in melee range, so now they can hit us back. But if we hit them, like, I'm not gonna use Cocolan to hit this guy because he's barely breathing. But we won't shoot a goblin shaman. You can finish this goblin. Thank you. Goblin. I'm gonna use my paladin and cavalier to hit the shamans. One shooting. Perfect. So this is a bit of micromanagement that you sometimes have to do, especially when you're not playing with the let's say not using the same method of improving your beginner's game as I did. The apprentice mages are very low level, so they basically die of a single arrow shot. Alright. Where is the last fella? There you are. Hello. Goodbye. So. Very good. Another cure poison. Very good. I'm liking this. And an axe. Right. This axe is gonna be sold because I don't even have to identify it. I don't want to need this. Alright, so let's get into the abandoned temple. Strange squeaking echoes from behind the front doors. At one time, a temple of Ba. A foul curse caused the old... At one time, a temple of Ba. A foul curse caused the old inhabitants to move away. So even the cult of Ba was not strong enough to be moved away by some foul curse. And I think that foul curse has something to do with spiders. That's my feeling. Alright, there's some bats.
Like the looks of this place.
Bats, I think, are the lowest. No, the bloodsuckers are the lowest level enemies. But these are... If you have an archer, bats are... well,
Got another one.
you know... This is the speedrun part of the playthrough. The downside is that they don't give any gold. Sometimes they give rings. I think there's a 5% chance to 10% chance that they give a low level ring. But don't expect anything. Right. Oh, that's snakes I hear. There's a sword. Oh, long sword. Gold. Oh, hello. Giant bat. somewhere here.
That was too
See,
easy.
one shot and they're dead. Even if like your guys are not so pumped as mine are, usually if one shot kills. Oh. So giant bat is the second tier of bats. It's a bit more, let's say, powerful, but I guess not enough. I'm just gonna collect these bodies and deal with these. So these, you see, this barrel contains red liquid. This barrel is empty. Just I'm gonna check the mantelpiece for any rings. Nope. Okay. So they showed in episode number 0B. Oh, wrong barrel. The color of the liquid determines what stat you're gonna get. So red is for might, and might only affects melee damage. So guess we're given to Cocolan. Wrong. Why not? Alright. Let's just kill this last bat. So I won't go any further that way yet. I'm gonna explore this side. So here are cobras. Now cobras are a bit nasty, and this is why you need purple potions or cure poison early in the game, because all cobras can poison you.
No problem.
Hello, my lovelies. As you saw, I'm using my lower guys for double shooting, like teaming up on one enemy, and then Cocolan can. He's too far away. No, he's not. So normally by now 3 of my guys will be poisoned, but armor class reduces the chance to be hit. Before you can get poisoned, you have to be hit. So with this armor class, like at the beginning, I'm untouchable, let's say. It will be very difficult for me to lose any hit points. Easy mode, as I said. So here, spiders.
Got another.
Apparently there were 4 of them, but now there's 0 of them. Okay. Hello. Sometimes when you're pressing your auto attack button too fast, the arrow can go into an enemy which is still alive. And if the arrow preceding hits them and kills them, then you waste an arrow. So, like, with the way I'm playing it right now, it's okay.
I don't know.
Oh, emerald stuff. Okay. The way I'm playing it right now is okay, but if your party is not as pumped as mine, then you really need to be careful not to abuse that function. So, emerald stuff is quite nice.
I don't know.
Quite expensive. But nobody in our party is going to be using staves, so we can sell it.
I don't know.
See these red dots here. They this means that the enemy has spotted us. Like and the enemies enemies on the map are grouped into pods. Like, it's a term from XCOM, really. Each pod has its own position around the map, and when they see you, they get activated, just like in XCOM, and that's only then where you can see their markers using Wizard Eye. The Wizard Eye will not show you any pods that are not activated, so the surprise is not spoiled entirely. But we have activated, I think, 2. Yep, and these are just cobras. So since they are behind, let's say, a wall, my arrows will not hit them, because that's another feature of this game. Like, the arrows, like, each enemy, even though it's an RPG game, really, you might think it's an RPG, so it doesn't matter. As long as you can shoot the enemy and see the enemy, like, your arrows should be able to hit them. But actually, if there's an obstacle, be it a wall, part of the wall, or a rock, it you have like you will not hit them with arrows. Now melee is different. With melee you can do some I won't call them tricks. With melee you can cheat because you can hit enemies through closed doors if they're aggroed just like these cobras were. So that's different. But with arrows you have to hit them first, and that goes also that's true also for the enemies. Like if the enemy shoots you and you're behind, let's say, part of an obstacle, then they will not hit you. And this is actually a trick that is used in the speedrun of this game, where there is a method. Don't ask me what it is because I don't know and I don't care how to use it. I'm not a speedrunner. There's a method to turn your party into like your party has a hitbox, but there's a method to make that hitbox extremely small. So any ranged attacks. Any attacks performed by the enemy has then very low chance of succeeding. But that's not me. Oh, gauntlets. So cobras have some.
I don't know.
Can give you gauntlets.
I don't know.
Actually, this gauntlet is very poor, so I'm just gonna give it to anybody. Where are you? Oh, here. So we have a gauntlet. Do you have a gauntlet? No, no. I guess I'm gonna give it to Emer. Right, they're shooting more enemies. Ah, hello! Didn't expect you to drop from the ceiling, mate. Well, have a sword to the face, please. More. Yeah, more cobras. I'm surprised there are no king cobras yet. Okay. Right, one shot. Herb. And now you saw I clicked on a body, I collected an item, but the body did not disappear. This is sometimes a bug. For some enemies it has a higher chance of occurring, and with this playthrough I will be exploiting that at some point heavily, because there is a type of enemy which gives very good reward for looting the body, but it also has a very high chance of not disappearing, so you can get very rich very quickly. And I'll show you. I can't wait. It's gonna be like 20 hours in the future, but it's magnificent. Alright, so now our gems turn green, which means there are no enemies in the vicinity. Sacks contain sometimes.
I don't know.
Let's see if this shield is useful. It's enchanted anyway. Now, oh, see. Now, while it doesn't while the skills have, let's say, a threshold level where you need to reach to get +1 of the bonus, resistances are different. Resistances contribute to a percentage chance of reducing the damage, the magical damage that was already done. So you always want to have more, regardless. There are no thresholds. This is just like I have an equation in my spreadsheet. As I said, I'm not going to go through it with this playthrough. You'll see it the next if you survive, or if I survive. If we both survive. This goes to you. Empty barrel, which is sad. Buckets contain herbs. This is a crossbow. Alright.
I don't know.
Amulet, some gold, and our first quest item, candelabra. So we'll go and give it to Enya, since she's our resident singer. Bard is the word. She's gonna take it to another hotel. Now I'm normally, you might think, okay, why I'm not going further to solve other quests. That is because this quest, if you remember, was given to us by Andover Potbello. And I mentioned in episode 1 that solving quests and sometimes dealing with shady characters can leave your reputation in shambles, and this is one of those quests. So right now our reputation is average. Now this value is actually, it doesn't appear in the, let's say, unpatched game. Only the Grey Face patch adds this numerical value, so that it's just a number, but there are some thresholds associated with it. The most important threshold is whoa! I forgot about this. Alright, very good. Yeah, this sometimes happens. Sometimes. Doesn't happen all the time. I have to remember. I completely forgot that when you go back to this bridge, you get ambushed. Which is a nice little trick. Like, you think you're already, like, your guys have 1 hit point, and you think you're escaped with, you know, barely hanging to the thread of life, and then you get ambushed by a goblin. I remember this as very nasty surprise when I was playing it by myself the first time. It was really... I believe I died that day. It was a very tragic moment. But not now. Now I'm not the one who's gonna pay for this transgression.
No problem.
Right? Yo! Well, hello. Look at these models. Like, you can see that's a sprite, but look at this detail. The claws in the foot, the armor here. You know? This detail. This armor on the shoulder pads, like arm bands, the rings, like it's... I love this game. But this goblin is dead. Alright. This is the well we use to bump our stats. Where are you? Rustler. Okay, useless. We're gonna... not gonna sell anything yet.
Hello, come on in.
So... surrender your will to Ba and you will forever be free of doubt and pain. Well, if I stick a sword through your eye socket, then you'll be free of doubt and pain forever as well, my dear friend. So, what would you like? So, we solve this. Excellent! Ba be praised. I see we're not frightened of the curse after all. Here's your reward and thank you again for your assistance. Now, I don't need to write down how much experience points I got because I did it already in a, let's say, trial run. But I need to remember, and if I don't, please remind me that I need to look at how much experience and gold each quest gives us, because I need to write those all down for the spreadsheet. Alright. But we got 1000 gold, which is always nice, and a bit of XP. We needed 2700 more to advanced level, because the threshold is 21,000. Right, and now our reputation is bad, because we helped a Ba. So, you can improve your reputation by solving quests, but then you're starting with bad reputation, which is not so great. So, let's start at a bit higher level. And the way to do it is to visit the temple.
Can we assist you?
Donate a bit of gold,
Be with
and now we are respectable. You don't have to do it for every character, but you just did, you know, for each of them, so that you can see the praying animation. Alright, so this is where I'd like to end. We solved our first oh, you can see time is paused, but this are you Wanderer? No, you're Expert here. So this is where I want to end. Solved our first quest, got our skills a bit up to date, showed you some interesting mechanics. We have plenty of stuff to sell. What's the time? 2:13. So everything's... so it's not open yet. Duelist Edge. Alright. So yeah, I'll see you in episode 4. Have fun.